Hello students, Namaste and welcome to the virtual learning class of Grade 10 English. And today we are going to deal Unit 2 entitled Festivals and Celebrations. All right. Well, without getting delay, let's go to the lesson. All right, let's get started. So before we start, if you hear the word festivals, what comes in your mind? So please write down the festivals. Can you try? All right, thanks. That's good. Okay. So you might have written the names of few festivals, okay, which are celebrated in different ways in different communities, all right? And let's try to see some of the festivals in the picture. Well, so look at this picture. What festival do you identify with this picture? Yeah, you can see, right, you can see the people with a lot of colors, okay. So which festival do you think it is? Yeah, you have recognized, that's fine. This is Holi. Yeah, this is Holi. This is also known as the festival of color, right? And then people throw color powders, they throw water packets, water guns, all right, to each other, and they enjoy. And this is also known as the festival of victory of good over evil. You might have also heard about Holika Dahan here, all right? So try to find out what is that Holika Dahan, and this has some kind of historical implications also. That that's where we have the victory of good over evil. All right, next. All right, this picture. All right. Yeah, I think you recognize this. What festival does this picture indicate? Yeah, this is it indicates Eid. Yeah. What do you know about Eid? Yeah, this is also known as Eid al-Fitr, all right? And this festival is mostly celebrated in Muslim community, right? And this celebration takes place after one whole month of fasting, and that fasting month is known as Ramadan. So at the end of Ramadan, the Eid takes place for 3 days, and this festival symbolizes the sacrifice to obey the God's command. You can learn more about them, no problem. Let's go ahead with another picture. All right, so which festival does this picture symbolize? Yeah, yes, I think you are very familiar. If you are in Kamandi Valley, it's very familiar. This is known as the Machindranath Jatra. Yeah, this is sometimes called Rato Machindranath also. So this is supposed to be the 60 feet tall incarnation of Shiva, all right? And this takes place from, Pulchok, Lalitpur, and people, pull this, they spay this image, to different parts of the city, and then finally it ends in Jaulakhel with the Voto Jatra. And this this represents the beginning of the monsoon and the end of the drought, all right? So, and it has some historical events also. You can know more about this from your parents and from your friends. Okay, next picture. Yeah, what can you see here? Yeah, you can see a temple, golden temple, and this image, man, and a lot of people. Yeah, which festival does this indicate? Yeah, this is Biska Jatra, and this is also known as Biscuit Jatra. This is the biggest festival of Bhaktapur, all right? And therefore, it has very much good importance in Bhaktapur, okay? And this is also pulled over the city, all right? and it has a historical implication that, okay, the serpents who were the cause of suffering were killed, and they started this jatra. All right, so in this way, you have, okay, learned some of the festivals there, and you can also learn a lot of festivals in Nepal, in other countries. Now, let's start the reading one, the main text, and that is the Battle of the Oranges, all right, by Margarita. So, what can you see in the picture? What is the man doing? Yeah? Can you guess? Yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah. A man seems to be crying, all right? He is happy, excited, all right? And maybe he is also hit by something. And although there are tourists by, and they are taking picture of this man, right? And which, all right. And what else you can see on the ground? You can see these things, and these are actually oranges being thrown, all right? So like this way, you can talk about your favorite festival to your class, all right? Try to, all right, find out the favorite festival or the most amazing, interesting festival you like, and then you can talk to your class, to your friends. Let's go ahead. So let's start with this first paragraph. All I can see is a flash of orange, then I am hit in the chest. It knocks my breath away. I slide backwards, fall bum first in the pile of orange mass. What the heck? I touch my head. My red head is still there. All right, so this paragraph, all right, expresses the narrator's experience of the Battle of the Oranges, all right. She goes to observe there, and what does she see? She sees a flash of oranges, all right. So that means flash of oranges means when the oranges are thrown, okay, and then they have the quick movement, okay. So she could see the flash of oranges. Then what happens? She's hit in the chest, okay, and suddenly, okay, she get hit by the oranges in her chest, and it becomes very difficult for her to breathe, all right. So she, okay, goes backward, but she falls down. She bangs on the floor, bangs on the, okay, ground by the hip, okay, bum first, okay, means, okay, falling down by the hip, okay, and she fell upon the, all right, pile of mush, okay. So mush is the thick mass or mixture of orange now here, all right. Then she says, what the heck? So it was a very surprising for her, all right. And then she touches her head. She finds her red hat is still there. So what is the symbol of the red hat? We will learn in the coming paragraph. Let's see. Well, so look at this one. Okay, let's we can learn the, okay, paragraphs of every text with the questions, okay. If you are able to make the questions for each lines, okay, that will be very nice for you to learn by self also. So we are also using the question answer technique of, okay, learning the paragraphs. Let's see. So during the carnival, official public notices are plastered on the walls around area, ordering people, especially tourists, to wear a red hat. So what happens during the carnival? So let me remind you, this is the word carnival. This is a very important word. Carnival is a fair, it's a mela, okay, where a lot of interesting things takes place, okay. So therefore, this is one of the very interesting, let's say, craziest food festival that takes place in Italy, in the town Ivrea, all right. So what happens there during the carnival? So public notices are plastered, okay. What are plastered on the wall? Public notices are plastered on the walls. So where does it take place? It's in Ivrea. And what does the notice say? What does the notice say? So the answer is ordering people, especially tourists, to wear the red hat. Means what does the notice say? The notice says to, okay, wear the red hat, okay, wear the red hat, okay, and it is especially worn to the tourists. Look at this, maybe these are, we can see red hats, and then these are the public notices, all right? Or else they can be considered a fair target for a gentle and moral orange throwing, okay? And they also warn them that if they do not wear the red hat, then there will be a good target, fair target, okay? And they might get gentle or moderate orange throwing. You never know. You might also get bad heat of the oranges. So plaster is covered and pasted. Well, then let's go ahead. The red hat people are ordered to wear is not just any hat, okay? The Barretto Frigio or sock-shaped hat sold on every street corner is the symbol of the carnival itself. Okay, so what is the special hat they are asked to wear? The special hat is Barretto Frigio. And how is it? It has a sock-shaped hat. Okay, look at this one. So they have some kind of sock shape, okay? You can see, long, okay? So these are the special kind of hat, okay? And where are they sold? They are sold every street corner, all right? It's the symbol of carnivals. What does it symbolize? What does the red hat symbolize? It symbolizes the carnival itself. It is a symbol of freedom. It is also the symbol of freedom, worn in Roman times by freed slaves, okay? So it gives a kind of historical, right, events also during the Roman time. The slaves after the revolution, okay, and they wore the red hat, okay, and it also symbolizes that thing, all right? During the Middle Ages, it was on the heads of peasants rioting against feudal lords, okay, yeah. So it gives you some historical event, okay, that during the Middle Ages, okay, there was the feudal system. So feudal system, okay, let me tell you here. So feudal is the dominant social system where few rich people are, all right, commanding all the common people, okay, and then these farmers, okay, peasants were working for them, all right. So finally, during that time, the peasants, okay, rioting, means they revolted, okay. They fought against, they demonstrated against those, okay, domination of the feudal lords, okay, and they're freed, and at that time they wore the red hat, and this also symbolizes here, okay. So historically it has another story also. You can find about Battle of Oranges, okay, that once a brave Gaul, okay, beheaded the beheaded the tyrannical, okay, duke, okay, and after that they began to celebrate this one. All right, so then the writer talks about, the narrator is talking about these events, he's observing here. Back on my feet, I make sure my hat is on and visible, okay, and when she got hit by the oranges, now she's aware, and therefore she stands again properly, and she makes sure that the hat is on and it could be seen by everyone. I want to get another look, but soon I am hit again on my forehead. So what happens again to the narrator? She again gets hit by the orange, okay? You don't know what happens in that big mass, okay, even though you're wearing red hat, okay? So she gets hit again on her forehead. My head jerks back. I wipe my face. Oh my goodness, it's blood. I'm going to need stitches. Maybe it's a concussion. All right, so here is something happens to the writer. So when she gets hit on the forehead, all right, she suddenly moves her head back, jogs. Okay, look at this word meaning for you. Jogs means sucking or bumping your head suddenly. And then after that, she just touches her face, okay, and she feels blood. Okay, oh my God, blood. Okay, that's my head is hurt. Okay, and she also thinks that, oh, I need the stitches. All right. But again, after some time, she thinks, no, it's a kind of concussion. It's a kind of temporary loss of the consciousness, okay? It was kind of confusion. All right, she says. All right, then, shivering from the quick succession of shock and relief, I retreat to the back of the square, away from any flying fruit, This is the first of the 3 years battles. Everybody is fresh and excited from a year-long wait. Okay, so because of these events, she was shivering, means she was trembling, she was shaking, right? She was shaking because of this quick succession, because of the quick series of activities, and where she got shocked, and now she get relief. Okay, now she has relaxed, and now I retreated to the back of the square, means I just go back, I draw back to the square, because in this square, all right, in this square there are people, okay, who, okay, throw the oranges, okay, and therefore she goes away from this square. Well, there's no flying fruit, okay, and she talks about this festival, okay. She gives us information about the festival, that this was the first 3 yearly battles, okay. So out of the yearly battle, it was the first day, okay. It takes place for 3 days, we say, okay, basically on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and everybody was waiting for this one, okay, and they are fresh and they're excited to celebrate this festival. So now it describes what happens in the celebration. How do they celebrate this festival? How does the Battle of Oranges take place? So what happens is 9 teams of Arancheri means orange throwers, okay, and foot, okay, wearing uniforms, haul oranges at their opponents on horse-drawn carriages, clad in Dr. Huskyu costumes, with padded shoulders and leather-covered cylindrical hamlets. Okay, so basically, let's remember, in this Battle of the Oranges, there are 9 teams of Arancheri. There are 9 teams of orange throwing people, right? And they are on foot, okay, and some are on the carries. There are 2 kinds of, okay, Arancheri, right? Arancheri, they are some are on the foot and some are on the carriages. Look at this one. And those teams, all of them are wearing uniforms, okay? They wear uniforms. They haul oranges, means they throw oranges at their opponents, means their enemies, or let's say to their rivals, okay? They throw the oranges. And the opponents who are there in the horse-drawn carriages, okay, you can see, clad means dressed. They are dressed in different kind of costume that is known as Dr. Huskyu costumes, okay, and these costumes are padded with the soldiers, okay. They have some protection on the soldiers, and they are leather covered, they are made of leather, and they are cylindrical helmets, okay. They are wearing this kind of, all right, uniform, we can see. An hour into the battle, the square is covered in a thick sludge mixture of orange pulp and horse manure. It smells sharp, sweet, and sour, okay. So the writer says, okay, they fight for an hour, okay, and after their fight of an hour, we can see the square is covered with the kind of mud, okay. It's a sludge is a mud that becomes because of the mixture of the orange pulp. Pulp is the inner part of the orange or vegetables, and then you can see there are horses and there are horse manure, okay, and it really smells very sharp, sweet and sour, okay. So that's what happens. So question is, what happens after an hour battle in the square? All right, this is what, and how are the, all right, horse-drawn, how are the Arancheri members in the horse-drawn carriage clad? They are clad in Dr. Huskyu costumes, okay. And how many members are Arancheri? There are 9. Okay, how many teams of Arancheri you have? There are 9. So basically we call it Arancheri, right, in Italian way. So Arancheri on foot rush back and forth to the sides of the square, stacked with the orange crates, filling their soldiers' bags and baggy tops. As soon as a car approaches, they charge, bombarding it with oranges. All right. So you can see they have a lot of, okay, orange crates. Okay, orange crates are the wooden all right, cases of oranges, and okay, they just come back and then they put it in their, all right, solar bags. They put it in their baggy tops, means the loose clothes, okay, also, all right. And when the car comes, they throw, okay, bombard with the oranges. They're rushing here and there. Okay, so look at this one is the cart. We can see, you can see the cart, okay. Some people are there with the different kinds of have different kinds of uniform, all right, in the car. And when they come, these people, okay, on foot around cherry members throw the oranges upon them. So what happens is horses halt. They come there for a few minutes, and orange explode. Like say, orange explode means oranges are thrown, okay, and it bursts out upon each other, right? That's what happens. Then the car takes off again, but this goes again, okay, and maybe we can see another car comes again. Okay, that's what happens there, okay. The orange cherry chase it for a while, hurling the last of their supplies. So how do they chase the carries? Okay, they chase by hurling the oranges. Hurling means throwing, okay, the oranges, whatever they have, okay. Last supplies means what remaining, or they use all the remaining oranges to throw upon them. They were no protection and walk around with their hair caked in orange heats just running down their faces, okay. And they don't wear anything, and you can see their hair is filled with the, okay, orange bits of oranges broken, and therefore juice is running down from their faces. Some have broken noses, some claws aside of their face, arms or ribs, yeah, and yeah, some gets hurt in the noses, okay, and some are clutching, means they are catching the side of the face because they are hit by the oranges, okay, in the arms or in the ribs, okay. They hold their hair high, shouting their tense war cries, okay, and they are making noises throwing the oranges. That's what happens in the Battle of Oranges. All right, this is the moment we wait for all the year, says Sylvia. So one of the participants talks to Margarita, our narrator, and she says that, oh, we're waiting for this moment all the year. She was holding an orange cut in half on her right eye, okay, and she gets hurt in the right eye, and she was still holding that half-cut orange, all right. I'll be happy to have a black eye tomorrow, and she says that I'll be happy even I have black eye, means even I get hurt in my eye, I'll be happy, okay. She says like this. She sits with me sipping a glass of milled wine, all right, and okay, we begin to sit together, and she was drinking. Sipping means, okay, taking a drink bit by bit, slowly, right? That is sipping. She was drinking a glass of milled wine. Milled wine is kind of warm and spiced wine, okay? I think carnival is good for our psychological health, okay? Look at what she says, okay? And she thinks that carnival is good for psychological health. What is the importance of carnival for Sylvia, okay? It is good for psychological health. So what does she mean by this one? During these 3 days, I can let it all out, all the frustration I have built up during the year. And she says, whatever frustration I had all the year, okay, I can throw them all away so that I can become refreshed. And afterwards, I feel refreshed, okay. And that is known as the psychological purification, all right. And that's what she thinks. And that is how the Battle of Oranges works for the people. This is one of the psychological importance of the Battle of Oranges. Of course, accidents happen. She adds, pushing the orange on her swollen eye, but you shouldn't try it. But you should try it. Good for you. And she says that, okay, accident happens. That means we get hurt sometimes, okay, but it's nothing. That's okay. That's good, okay. And she says, she asks the Margarita narrator to try it, okay. All right, so when she asks her to try it out, then, all right, she is curious, our narrator is curious, she tries to feel about it, okay, and she admits that, okay, yeah, she might be right, okay. And I keep thinking I'm wearing a hat. She was wearing a hat and she was thinking about all these things. And the public are not supposed to join in the battle, okay. There's another thing is, okay, public, okay, if you are not with the uniform, if you are not under the 9 teams, you are not allowed to, you are not supposed to join the battle. Even so, that she doesn't stop hat. Even so, that doesn't seem to stop hat wearers from throwing the occasional orange. To prevent further trouble, volunteers advise the public to stay behind protective nets. All right. So, but if you are not wearing the hat, even if you are wearing the hat also, sometimes you can throw the oranges. You can try it out. Okay, you can enjoy it. Okay, and there are some volunteers who are advising people to stay behind if you don't want to play, if they want to get hurt. Behind the protective nets, defensive nets are also there. Forget the nets, says Messi, an errant cheer of the Moti team with a gigantic skull on the back of his orange 10 uniform. All right. So there is another participant, Messi, again, and he's from the team Moti team. Okay. There are different kinds of teams, Moti teams, and yeah, different names are there. Okay. And he says, "Oh, what do you want to talk about the forget net? Okay, don't go towards the net." All right. And we can see that he had a uniform. All right. It was orange stain because orange are thrown upon him. So on the back there was a gigantic skull. This is the symbol. Okay, big, okay, skull was their symbol in their dress. Okay, and he says, if you want to leave the carnival, you have to be in the middle of the battle. Okay, and he says, oh, if you want to enjoy the carnival, okay, if you want to enjoy the flavor of carnival, then you have to be in the middle. Okay, you have to be among the people. Okay, that's what he also says. Aren't you afraid of getting hurt? Our narrator asks to Messi, and Messi laughs. If you compare the risks to the loss you get, a black eye is a small price to pay. And he says, okay, there are risks in running there, okay, in the battle, okay. But even if you have a lot of risks, okay, and even if you have black eye, even if you get hurt, okay, that is a small price, okay. That means the enjoyment and the excitement, the pleasure you get during all this, okay, battle is really very, very important, and therefore having a small heart is a small price, okay, he says. He fills his tops with oranges, okay, and he fills the loose, okay, cloths with the oranges. A car is approaching, okay, let's say this car is coming, okay, and he says, come on, throw your red hat away and come with me, all right. And he, let's say the Messi, okay, invites our narrator to throw her hat and to enjoy the ceremony, all right. I am tempted, but I decline. And the writer says, yeah, I am really, okay, attracted with what he said, okay, with all these things. I'm really lured, okay, I'm tempted, but I decline. But she hesitates to join the battle, but she agrees now to join the battle. Oh, that's what is the lesson. Okay, let me give you the short summary of the lesson. All right, very short summary is, okay, so we can give it in a nutshell. Battle of Orange is the festival celebrated in the city of Iberia, Italy. All right. And the celebration takes place in the month of February for 3 days, basically Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And during the festival, public notice are plastered on the walls, ordering people, especially tourists, to wear the berretto friggio, the special hat we discussed about, okay. And then in this carnival, there are the battle of 9 teams of Orancheri, all right, orange herons, okay. And these 9 teams and their opponents on horse-drawn carriages, okay, involve themselves in the crazy battle of throwing oranges, right? What do? They bombard oranges to one another, okay. It is marks, and that is marked with the peasants' rebellion against the feudal lords, okay. And we can also understand that the Orancheri teams in the carriage are the symbolic representative of the feudal lords, armies of the feudal lords, and then other aranceri on the foot are symbolic representation of the peasants, and they are rebelling against each other. It gives the psychological purification of all the frustration over the year, okay, and we also understood that this has social implication, okay, that it is important because you can throw away all the frustration over the year with this kind of battle. Okay, thank you. That was the lesson, okay, and okay, you can now revise the lesson and understand yourself. Now, for your better understanding, I have one exercise, okay. So let's do the fill in the blanks and let's check out ourselves. Let's check out our comprehension. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's see this one. These are the clue words I have given you. Let's see. Number 1. The narrator goes to attend that festival. Obviously, all right. You can understand. The narrator goes to attend Battle of the Oranges festival. That's fine. Let's go to number B. She gets hit by. All right. See, if you look at the paragraph 1, and you can find out there, she gets hit by, of course, oranges in the chest, right? It's also there in part 1. Public notices are dotted on the walls during the carnival. So public paragraph, look at the paragraph 2. Yeah, in the paragraph 2, can you try? What is there? Yeah. Public notices are plastered, okay, plastered on the walls during the carnival. The special hat worn during the carnival is called, a special hat we are talking about in paragraph 3. It's a berretto frisio. That's fine. There are 9 teams of with uniforms in the battle. 9 teams of aranceri, all right. 9 teams of aranceri with uniforms in the battle. That's good. So these are the things. Let's go ahead. I think you can really understand the list. Anyway, let's get together. The opponents come in. Can you say? There are the words. Yeah, opponents come in. Thick loss, psychological health, carries. Okay, opponents come in carries. Are clad in. Opponents come in carries and are, okay, and are clad in Husky costumes, okay. They are clad in Dr. Husky costumes, okay. Remember this one. Similarly, number B, the square is covered in a thick sludge. Yeah, covered in a sludge, okay, a kind of mud, okay, mixture, okay. After the Battle of the Oranges, the aranceri chase the cart, with oranges. Chase the cart. How? All right, hurling with oranges, okay. They chase the car hurling with oranges. According to Sylvia, the carnival is good for, psychological health. That's good. The writer finally, to participate in the carnival, the writer finally agrees, disagrees, hesitates, declines. Is there? Yeah, declines to participate in the carnival. Okay, thank you. So that's all for today, dear students, and in the next episode we'll discuss other remaining exercises, furthermore, okay, summary, and then we'll come with the pronunciation practice in the next episodes. That's all for today. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.